Hey lovelies, I wanted to answer some frequently asked questions that you guys send us about the FINGERCOMBER Honeycomber Unit. This is the FINGERCOMBER Honey Unit with Honeyblossom highlights. And it has these really pretty, delicate flecks of reddish, warm, golden brown. That's the best way I can describe it throughout the unit. And I hope that you're able to see it. It's a beautiful sunny day here where we are. So we just put her by the window in hopes that you can see all the beauty and detail of these highlights. This is a very warm color that works well with a lot of different skin tones. And our design process is very thoughtful. Our creative team, as a creative director, I have many years of experience in the natural hair care industry, and just a lot of experience with my own hair as a natural. I've been natural since I had my last son, and he is 16 years old. So I've been natural for that long. I went natural at that time. It wasn't the first time, but I went natural at that time because I thought that it was the healthiest thing to do while having a child. And I just fell in love with it all over again and just have never put another chemical in my hair since. So again, the design process is very driven by experience, and not just my own experience, but experience that I've had working with clients in the natural hair care industry as a hair stylist for many years. Additionally, I worked with a lot of hair companies, and one of the things that I noticed is that because, you know, most hair companies are not of African descent, there's a lot of there are just like a bunch of nuances and just native issues that are not understood. So when we are designing our wigs, we try to take all those things in mind, into account. So with our units, we get asked, particularly with this unit, for some reason, people ask us a lot if they can wear this with no leave out. And, you know, understandably, especially this time of year, we want things that we can wear with no leave out, without having to, like, you know, slick down our edges or like blend a lace, you know, hide a lace, melt a lace. You know, sometimes we just don't have time for that. And you just want to take a wig and put it on and not worry about how it's going to blend, and not worry about like exposing your hair to the elements. So for that reason, you know, we design our wigs in a nice crossover texture. So it's got, you know, really coarse, kinky elements, but it also has like nice little wave features and details. You know, it's coily, it's kinky. You're like, this is everything. So we design it intentionally that way. Now, to avoid having to leave hair out, my personal favorite way to use it is to hack a U-part, and I will go over that in a separate video. But our clients, they love just being able to not hack any U-part, just take her out the box and put her on. So the best way to do that is to just like take a fine-tooth comb or a toothbrush, or like those little edge brushes that they have at the beauty supply store, and just back comb around the hairline and in a part area, any part area. You just want to back comb it because it's just going to just make it look like there's just this, you know, nice, full, kinky root situation, and you're not seeing scalp, but you're not seeing like hard edges either. And, you know, even if you're like riding the train in New York City, you know, when people are like all up in your situation, they're still not going to be able to determine you know, what's going on, unless they, you know, like take a magnifying glass or something like that to be able to, you know, decipher what's going on. So, you know, this is just one of the features that we're very, very proud of, because, you know, we understand how this kind of thing works. I've been on the train, like with a weave and like, you know, being concerned about, you know, what it's looking like to the woman standing over me. So I'm gonna, when I design a wig, you know, it's gonna be with that in mind. And, you know, our ladies that we have on staff who make the wigs, we're always taking, you know, paying very careful attention to those little details. Another thing that we get asked about this unit is like what length it is. You know, we get asked that not only about this wig, but about other wigs also. And, you know, we have a different approach. You know, we're not like, you know, a hair company that's outside of our ethnicity that has these standards set. So we don't really, you know, adhere to the standards, since I feel like as African American people, or, you know, people of the diaspora, we didn't make these standards. So when we're designing a wig, we're not saying, okay, we're going to use this many, you know, 20-inch bundles, or this many 16-inch bundles, or whatever. We go in, we design the wig, we make it the length that looks appropriate for the style, and, you know, is just informed by like what a real life hair situation is like. So for that reason, this is a very layered unit. And, you know, we can't just say like this is a 20-inch unit or something like that, because the layers are very diverse. They're consistent throughout our units, but they are diverse. So, you know, up at the top here, let's just take, for example, like this little curl at the front. You know, without being stretched out, she looks to be about 8 inches. Stretched out, let's see, it's about 12 inches. The bottom layer, I'll just skip to the bottom layer. You know, just looking at it with your eyes, it looks to be like about maybe 13 inches. But when you stretch it out, it's like 18, 19 inches. So yeah, those are just like a couple of the things that we are always thinking about. And this is, you know, again, our design is informed by experience, you know, experience as Black people with Black hair, and experience working with women in the natural hair industry for a very, very long time. So I hope that that's informative. I hope you like it. One other thing I wanted to mention is that, you know, these highlights work really well with a wide range of skin tones. You know, the hair still has a very dark appearance overall, even though it has like these lovely little flecks in it. So it really doesn't matter pretty much what your, you know, what your tone is. This is a very, very, you know, flexible color system, because again, it maintains the darkness, but if you want to play around with some hair color, this is a really nice segue into that. So I hope that this informs, and I hope you enjoy.